Wait. Before you book that flight, renew that visa, or make any plans tied to your Australian stay, stop right there. Because what the Australian government just quietly released could completely change your situation, and most visa holders have absolutely no idea it is happening. If you are on a student visa, a work visa, a partner visa, or even a tourist visa, what I am about to share with you in the next few minutes could be the most important immigration information you hear all year. So do not skip ahead, do not click away, because missing even one detail of this update could cost you your visa, your stay, and your future in Australia. Welcome back to Aussie Gateway, your most trusted source for everything Australia immigration, visa updates, and life down under. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, because we drop the latest immigration news before it reaches the mainstream, and today is no different. We are breaking down a major immigration update that Australia has just released, and we are going to walk through exactly what it means for you, step by step, in plain simple language. No legal jargon, no confusion, just real information you can actually use. So grab a cup of chai, settle in, and let us get into it. Australia has always been one of the most sought-after destinations in the world, whether you are coming for education, for work, for love, or simply for a better life. But the Australian government has made it very clear over the past year that the era of easy, unchecked visa approvals is over. They have been tightening the rules, and this latest update is the clearest signal yet that they are serious about reshaping who stays, how long they stay, and under what conditions. And here is the part that makes this so urgent. These changes are not scheduled for some distant future date. They are either already in effect or rolling out right now. So if you are sitting on a visa application, planning a renewal, or sponsoring someone to come to Australia, you need to understand these changes today. Let us start with student visas, because this is where the changes are most dramatic and most talked about. Australia has long been a top destination for international students, and there are hundreds of thousands of students from Pakistan, India, Nepal, the Philippines, and countries all across the world currently living and studying there. But the government has made moves to significantly reduce the number of student visas being granted, with a stronger focus on the quality of applications and the genuineness of the students applying. What this means in practice is that immigration officers are scrutinizing student applications far more closely than before. They are looking at your financial situation, your academic background, your English language scores, your ties to your home country, and most importantly, your genuine intention to study and return home after your course. The genuine student requirement, which replaced the old genuine temporary entrant criteria, is now being applied with a much stricter lens. If your application does not clearly demonstrate a real commitment to your studies and a credible reason for choosing Australia specifically, chances of rejection are now significantly higher. And here is the part that shocks a lot of people. Even if you have already been studying in Australia for some time and you are applying for a renewal or a new student visa to continue, you are not automatically safe. Your entire application is re-evaluated from scratch. Any inconsistencies, any gaps in your study, any unexplained work history, and immigration will question your genuineness all over again. Now let us talk about work visas, because there have been some very significant shifts here too. The temporary skilled migration income threshold, which is the minimum salary that a business must pay to sponsor an overseas worker, has been increased. This is a big deal because it means that jobs which previously qualified for skilled worker sponsorship may no longer qualify if the salary being offered falls below the new threshold. Employers who are sponsoring workers need to check their contracts immediately to make sure they are compliant. And for workers who are being sponsored, if your employer cannot or will not meet the new threshold, your visa sponsorship could be at risk. On top of that, Australia is continuing to push its skills in demand agenda, meaning that the occupations on the priority list for skilled migration are being updated. Some occupations that were previously in high demand are being removed or reclassified, while new ones are being added based on what the Australian economy actually needs right now. If your occupation has been removed from the relevant skilled occupation list, your pathway to permanent residency through that stream may become significantly more difficult or even blocked entirely. For partner visa applicants, the news is equally important to hear. Processing times have always been a painful part of the partner visa journey, but the government is now implementing stricter documentation requirements to prove the genuineness of a relationship. Couples who cannot provide strong, consistent evidence of a real and ongoing relationship are finding their applications refused or put into further review. Evidence like joint financial accounts, shared leases, communication records, photos together over a long period of time, and statutory declarations from people who know you as a couple All of this is becoming more critical than ever before. Do not assume that just because you are genuinely in a loving relationship that the paperwork will take care of itself. You have to build your case like a lawyer would. Tourist visa holders also need to pay close attention. Australia has been cracking down on people who use tourist visas as a backdoor entry with the intention of working or staying long-term. If you are currently in Australia on a tourist visa or planning to apply for one, be aware that immigration officers are looking much more carefully at how many times you have visited, how long you have stayed, whether you have ties back home, and whether your financial situation matches your stated purpose of tourism. Multiple long stays, especially from certain countries, are now being flagged for additional scrutiny. And here is something that affects every single visa holder regardless of what visa you are on. The character and conduct requirements are being enforced more strictly. Any criminal matters, any breaches of visa conditions, any work in excess of your visa hours, any failure to maintain your enrolled course, all of these things can now trigger visa cancellation action faster than before. The message from the Department of Home Affairs is loud and clear. If you are in Australia, you are expected to comply fully with your visa conditions at all times. There is no grace, and there is no second chance if you are caught. There is also a broader reduction in the permanent migration intake numbers being discussed at the government level, which signals that competition for permanent residency is going to get tougher across the board. Points-tested visas through the Skill Select system are seeing higher competition, and invitation rounds are becoming more selective. If you are planning for permanent residency, you need to be actively working on improving your profile right now. Better English scores, more relevant work experience, additional qualifications, and state nomination if possible. So what should you actually do with all of this information? First, review your current visa conditions carefully and make sure you are fully compliant today, not tomorrow. Second, if you are planning to apply for a new visa or renew an existing one, start gathering your documentation early and make sure every piece of it tells a clear and consistent story. Third, if your visa situation is complex or you are not sure how these changes affect you specifically, it is worth getting proper immigration advice from a registered migration agent who is up to date with the latest policy changes. Fourth, stay informed, and the best way to do that is to stay connected with channels like Aussie Gateway, where we keep you updated with every major development as it happens. Australia is still a wonderful place to live, to work, to study, and to build a future. These changes do not mean the doors are closing, they mean the standards are rising. And those who are prepared, informed, and genuine in their intentions will continue to find their path forward. That is a wrap on today's video, and if you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up because it genuinely helps us reach more people who need to hear this. Share this with a friend, a family member, or anyone you know who is in Australia or planning to come. Subscribe to Aussie Gateway if you have not already, and turn on your notifications so you never miss an update. Drop your questions in the comments below. Whether it is about your specific visa, your situation, or anything else immigration related, we read every single comment and we are here to help. Until next time, stay informed, stay compliant, and keep chasing your Australian dream. This is Aussie Gateway, signing off.